that is price rise and consumer awareness. And in a previous lecture we completed the topic consumer awareness, and today we will discuss about the forms of consumer exploitation. Now exploitation is, it indicate one type of cheating, we can say. So consumers are exploited by the producers and traders in different ways. There are different way how consumers are exploited, how they are cheated in a different way, which is given below. First is consumer is exploited by providing commodities of less weight than the one printed on the packet. Means what? On the packet, for example, it print 100 gram, but actually the product available in the packet, that is not 100 gram, it is less than 100 gram, by providing slightly defective or fake commodities or goods, like for example some mobile phone available with little change in the spelling of the famous brand, so, or some first copy or defective, slightly defective product sold to customer. Overpricing, very high price, actually the price is low, but because of lack of awareness by consumer, the merchant charge overpricing, high price, by providing adulterate goods, modified goods, like in wheat they mix with some very small stones, so adulterate goods which are dangerous or harmful for health. Unsatisfactory after sale service, like for example you purchase scooter, but when you go for regular service of the scooter you not get satisfactory answer. Not providing construction goods or services as predetermined conditions, like when for example you want to purchase a flat, okay, and in that they told you that these are the accommodation and facility provided to you, but when you get the possession at that time, what they indicate that is not available. So these are the various forms of exploitation, cheating, we can say. In providing electricity, banking, insurance, telephone or medical facility, seller or trader shows negligence and humiliates the consumer by cheating in selection of goods by attractive and deceptive advertisement. Okay, now see, service sector also not provide proper service. Okay, they cheat consumer. They show attractive advertisement, but actually product is not according to what they demonstrate in advertisement. By adopting malpractices of selling, various forms of cheating during selling, by selling fake goods in such manner that they cause physical as well as mental harassment. Like for example, I purchase one famous brand jacket and come to school in front of you. At that time you all are telling that it's a fake goods, okay, and the whole class laugh at me. That is called one kind of mental harassment. By creating artificial scarcity, by not providing complete information to consumer, is cheated. Because of lack of information, consumer is cheated. Now reasons of consumer exploitation, why consumer cheated. First point is consumer is himself or herself responsible. Say consumer himself or herself responsible. See, if you are not having knowledge and somebody cheat you, it's your fault also, that why you not try to gain the knowledge. Traders, producers, organizers take a undue advantage of consumers by exploiting them in different ways because of ignorance of observation, lack of awareness, illiteracy, lack of tendency to become organized and oppose, lack of preparation and tendency to fight legally against exploitation. Now they say is what? That we have a lack of awareness, okay, and illiteracy also, because you are not literate, otherwise you can register the case against the merchant. Lack of tendency, that is here to become organized, and before you go for purchase you must be available with the list. What are the products you want to purchase, how you get it, what are the quantity, which quality parameter, what you need to compare, all this indicate organized purchase. So these all are the reasons. Because of lack of all this, there are chances that merchant may cheat you. Second is limited information. In the capitalist economy, the producers and the sellers are free to produce or sell any commodity or service in any quantity. Okay, so there are no specific rules regarding their pricing and quality regulation. Whenever they are the rules are not followed strictly. Okay, now see, first of all, capitalist economy means what? That the producer can able to go for any price, whatever they wish. Okay, there are no specific rules. Okay, fine. So in that situation, one has to compare the price. Okay, and then can go for purchase, because there is no specific rules regarding their pricing and quality regulation. Wherever they are, the rules are not followed strictly. Some places authority knows but not taking actions. For example, some Navratri stalls, if you go inside, the water pouch available printed price, for example, 2 rupees, but they are charging 4 rupees. Now people are buying and sellers are selling. In such situations, in the absence of the knowledge of the information about the usefulness of the product, quality and maintenance conditions of use, after sale service, warranty, guarantee, the consumer is not given complete information about the commodity. See, consumer is not getting information about how to use the product, what are the quality parameters of the product, what about the maintenance of a particular product, the condition of the use of product. Then after sale service, what are the facility provided by the company, warranty, guarantee cards. All these consumer has to ask and collect the information about the commodity. But consumer just ask the price, see the quality and then purchase. So that also one of the reason why consumer cheated. Thus, due to limited information and lack of understanding, the consumer tends to make mistake. There are chances where consumer can go for mistake. Now students, here you have to give the answer in the comment section. Whoever give the answer, I will definitely speak their name in my next lecture. The question for you is what you mean by warranty and what you mean by guarantee. This both the words you have to explain me in the comment section. Okay, so I will be waiting for your answer. Okay, you have to explain me the meaning of warranty and guarantee. The third point is limited supply. Now see, when the supply of product or service is not in accordance with the demand, artificial scarcity, shortage is created. When the demand is more but supply is less, thus scarcity is created due to hoarding by traders. Now hoarding means what? Trader will keep the stock in the godown and constantly increasing the stock in the godown. It's called hoarding. So in the market only trader has the stock, the rest of them have no stock. Now producers batting or natural calamities arise, at that time also the prices will go high. For example, in India, some places during flood, the price of water bottle of famous brand, simple normal price is 20 rupees, but at the time of this flood or earthquake or any natural calamity arise, because of lack of supply, okay, they increase the rate of the product. Like water bottle rate goes to 100 rupees. Okay, the reason for price is what? That the supply is not available and demand is there. Plus betting, gambling, and they all are the parameters where the supply of money is less, and in that case in betting people get the money and then they try to purchase, okay, or over purchase the product, so that will also increase artificial demand. In such situation, traders may take undue advantage or overpricing. So improper supply of commodities in the market is also responsible for exploitation of consumer, cheating one kind of. Okay, the fourth point is limited competition. Now in the market when the competition is less, okay, in the market when the competition is less, okay, people increase the price. For example, in Bhavnagar, if you have only one bookstall and if you go to that bookstall and ask for the full-scape book, nobody competitor available, so it may possible that bookseller can increase the price. It is possible they go for very high price. That's also possible. So in that case you have to be very careful. Okay, lack of competition is considered as monopolistic behavior, where only one or two sellers available, and they increase the price because they knew that nobody will go anywhere else. They have to come to that shop only. That is called monopolistic behavior, and that will increase the price. Like when a single producer or group of producers have their monopoly, okay, in the production of and sale of commodity or service, then due to lack of other alternative, producers exploit the consumer, cheat them in different ways, such as limited or a monopolized market, or the consumer is dumped with the defective service and commodities of low quality. All these are possible because no competitor. So merchant aware that consumer naturally go with them, so they go for overpricing also. Now next topic is consumer awareness in consumer protection. How consumer can protect themselves and what are the awareness programs that we have to understand. Now there is also need to stop exploitation. See, we already know what is cheating, but we require to stop it in a different ways to protect rights and to provide mental and physical security. So here you have to see that we provide such type of security, and we have to focus on the rights of consumer so that consumer can be secure mentally and physically. In India, depreciation regarding consumer protection because of misbehavior towards consumers and their exploitation was made for the first time in Kautilya Arthashastra. In Kautilya Arthashastra, all these points are mentioned, that how merchant can misbehave or what are the provisions of punishment, and all these things are mentioned in Kautilya's Arthashastra. Please underline this. It can be asked in objective type of question, that Kautilya's Arthashastra. Arthashastra is the name of the book written by Kautilya. Now, which describe misbehavior of trader towards a consumer and his exploitation. We find mention of punishment of undermeasurement of goods and adulteration, modification or duplication. Okay, there are the various parameters where merchant can be cheated. Please underline, important. American President J.F. Kennedy, John Franklin Kennedy, present 4 rights of consumer on the March 15. Okay, please remember the date, March 15, 1962, in the Parliament of America. He expressed soreness on the thought that opinion of the consumer is not heard. So he expressed that consumer's opinion is not listened. Okay, actually consumer's opinion matters a lot because it will decide the situation and the quality of the product. Okay, and that is why even today also so many companies go for so many survey to ask the consumer about the product, or go for review of the product. So that's why Kennedy expressed that we require to listen. We require to listen the opinion and suggestions of consumer. Okay, he expressed soreness. Soreness means sadness. He said that nobody listened to the opinion of consumer. That's not fair. So he expressed soreness, sadness, we can say. Now, international organization, underline, international organization, Consumers International magazine published notification showing the rights of the consumers on 15 March 1983, and that is why 15 March is observed as World Consumer Day. Very important. Which day every year celebrate as World Consumer Day? That is 15 March celebrate as World Consumer Day. Now, afterwards, in its meeting on 16 April 1985, the UN declared 8 basic consumer rights in the bill, United Nations Guideline for Consumer Protection. So, in UN also this point discussed. According to this, it recommended every nation of the world to set up the effective legal structure for the rights and the interest and protection of the consumer. So UN provide the guideline that every country must be available with the law that with the help of that law or with the help of that legal structure, consumer get the rights, consumer's interest has to be protected, and see that if consumer cheated, then must be some legal provision also available. And for this, Indian Parliament form underline National Consumer Protection Act called NCPA, okay, National Consumer Protection Act in 1986, which was signed and permitted by President on 24th December 1986. 24th December means one day before Christmas. Okay, so every year 24th December is celebrated as National Consumer Right Day in India. Now so many students make mistake. Please concentrate. World Consumer Day. Look at that where I put a circle. World Consumer Day celebrate on 15 March. Okay. And National Consumer Right Day. National Consumer Right Day celebrate on 24th December. You have to see that in exam you must not interchange these two dates. Now Gujarat government had implement Gujarat Consumer Protection Act GCPA on 1988 on 18th of February 1988. So on this date in Gujarat we implement the legal structure. As per this, legal action for consumer protection has been undertaken. Now in 1993 and in 2002, many important amendments, changes have been implemented in India in Consumer Protection Act. People have to wish to bring change in the age old act as per requirement of the time. So you need to require to be changed. You can able to see in the picture 15 March is given. Now 15 March is related with World Consumer Day. So it is given World Consumer Rights Day. Okay, clear? So in that case this picture can mislead you. Okay, why I am saying it can be mislead to you? It's given over here World Consumer Day, okay, and World Consumer Right Day. Okay, these two things sometimes students make they become confused. Remember, World Consumer Day, okay, and World Consumer Rights Day, they are same thing. I repeat, World Consumer Day and World Consumer Right Day, they are rights day, they are the same thing, and that is 15 March. So don't get confused. Okay. The next part what we have to learn is many provisions have been made under the consumer protection legislation on 1986. Now we shall gather information about the various provisions, important provision made in the act. So now the topic is legislation concerning consumer rights. What are the rights of consumers and how it is mentioned? Okay, that we have to understand. Now Consumer Protection Act is a milestone in the history of social economic acts of India and is helpful to the people. So when we talk about Consumer Protection Act, it's a milestone with the help of which people of India may protect themselves from cheating and exploitation. For the protection of right of consumer and their interest, this is the most progressive and acceptable law which provides the provision. So now we are focusing on provision. The law is very elaborate and there are various provisions available which we have to learn, and in these provisions rights of consumer and duties of consumer is also mentioned. Now under the above legislation, in terms of trader, commodity and service, a consumer may be defined as follows. Please underline, here we are learning the definition, who is considered as consumer. In terms of commodity, a consumer, please remember we are talking about, okay, in terms of commodity, a consumer is one who has legal protection, and for this any of the following person: if a person has made the payment or has promised to make payment or has agreed for any offered mode of payment, in a lieu of purchase of any commodity or service, then is called consumer. For example, I pay the amount and get the product, or I promise that after 5 days I will pay, right now you give me the product, or agree on the offer that right now 50% payment you have to pay and remaining 50% afterwards, and you get some commodity or some service, then you are considered as consumer. The person who pays the value of product either in a form of some installment or by hire purchase system, means rental basis, or hires a service, either receives or service, is called consumer. Means what? Either you pay the amount in some installment, or you go for hire the particular system. Like for example, if I want to travel from Bhavnagar to Ahmedabad, then I hire the bus, so they provide me ticket. Now by buying the ticket, I cannot say this seat is mine. Okay, you get the permission to sit and travel in that bus, and for that short term purpose you are paying the money. So that is also called one kind of consumer behavior. But if any person sells, purchase product for business or commercial purpose, or provides free of cost service or service under personal service agreement, they are not covered under the legislation, are not protected. For example, you are helping something in free of cost, then in that case you are doing charity, and that is not called consumer related activity. So that's not a part that where it can be protected under legal facilities. Free of cost you are giving something, then that means it is charity. Okay, next. Thus, the objective of this law is to see that consumer must. The objective of the law see that consumer get the product or service of high quality, along with its protection of interest of the consumers are also seen. So here we have to see that the law emphasizes that a consumer must get the product or service with very high quality. Okay, the quality cannot be compromised at any cost. Okay, must get the product with a high quality. Okay, and along with the protection of interest, the interest has to be satisfied. Okay, now next is according to the provision, if the type, quality of goods or service as well as the agreement are not as per prevailing law, or provide services are defective or deficient, or commodity is substandard quality, the consumer may complain under consumer protection law. Means if a consumer find out that the product or service is defective, deficient means what? Not according to the expectation, or commodities is not with the standard quality what consumer expect, or what the promise provided by the merchant, then consumer can complain under the consumer protection law. So before we go ahead about consumer protection law, okay, we have 2 points and that ask in exam frequently, very important. That is, one is rights of consumer, and second one is duties of consumer. Now these 2 topics are important and they ask in long answer theory. So in that case these both are important, and that's why we will discuss both these together. So rights of consumers we will discuss in the next lecture. In my current lecture I ask you one question and I want to see who will give the answer. Those who give the answer, all of their students' name I will announce in my next lecture or next to next lecture. Okay, till then we'll keep this. In next lecture we will start with rights of consumer. Till then, please take care of yourself, students.